Happy Sabbath, I'm Hallie and this is my brother Ria and we're going to do the children's story.
Yeah, g'day guys. So, we're down under in Australia, or Australia, as some more posher people might say. And today we're going to be telling you an Australian children's story. So, listen up. This story takes place in a town called Goongerrup in Western Australia, right? It's where we live. We don't live in Goongerrup, but somewhere near there. So, in Goongerrup, there's a postman, but here postmen are called mailmen. So there's a mailman, and his name's Murray, alright? Oh, what's going on with Murray, Hallie?
Okay, so Murray the mailman, he is very faithful and his whole family's faithful to God. They pray to God every day, 3 times a day, and they've gotten blessings from God like a big house, they have a sports car, and the son of the family is a very famous Aussie rules football player.
Yep, so he kicks around one of these things, more of a hand egg than football, but, so they've got a really good life, and they've been blessed by God. So they pray every day diligently, and, God provides. So, their neighbours, right, Tim and Shazza over the fence, they're not too happy about the situation. In fact, they're pretty jealous, and they don't understand why anyone would pray. They don't really believe in God, and they're just seeing that life's unfair, and Mailman Murray, he's getting a really good life, and life's going well for him, and it's not going so well for Tim and Shazza. So, Tim and Shazza try to do everything to put the postman's family in harm's way, right? What do?
So Tim and Shazza next door, they go over to the crazy lady, also known as Martha. She does a lot of magic. She is talking, with the devil. She has some conversations. So Tim and Shazza ask her to do some meddling with Mailman Murray's family.
Tim and Shazza have basically tried everything. They've tried everything at this point to try and bring the feelings of Murray's family down, right? So, they've gone and asked Martha, if she can do some very evil stuff. Contact a demon and ask this demon to harm Mailman Murray's family, right? Martha's gone out of her way and she's contacted the demon. The demon says, I'll do the job for you. That's fine, because you're a friend of Satan's. Now, we know this is very horrible things, very evil, but the demon goes ahead. But Murray's family keep on praying. Every day, they're praying to God, asking for protection, thanking him for everything they have, and praying for their neighbours, even praying for Tim and Shazza, praying for the whole street. It's staying diligent in prayer on their knees to God. So the demon is on his way to Mailman Murray's house to just curse them and do horrible things to them, similar to the story of Job. So what happens next when the demon arrives?
The demon arrives at Mailman Murray's house and he's trying to get in all around through the back, through the front, through the garage, through the back door, through the window. He tried everything he could to get through, but he just couldn't seem to get through. He couldn't seem to get through the house. He could not seem to curse Mailman Murray's family. It just was not possible.
And this is because God had been hearing the prayers of Mailman Murray and his family, right? And what he had done is set up a fiery wall around Mailman Murray's house that they couldn't see with their own eyes, so they didn't know what was happening in the spiritual world. But what was happening was there was a fiery wall, and there were angels guarding the front door and the back door and the garage and the windows and any entry that the demon could ever try to enter through. And so what was happening was that the demon couldn't get past. And this was because they had prayed faithfully to God, and God had heard their prayers, and God knew Mailman Murray loved him, and he loved Mailman Murray more than he could ever imagine, so he protected him. Now the demon, he thought he was big, tough and mighty, but he's not more mighty than God's angels. So when he got to the house, he thought to himself, well, this is outrageous. Martha has sent me to a trap. I'm going to have a stern, harsh words with Martha. So he goes back to where Martha stays in the town of Goonjurup. And what does he say to her, Hallie?
Well, this demon goes to have a little chat with Martha, crazy lady Martha. He says, "You've set me into a trap. I cannot believe you'd ever do this to me. I thought that you were evil and that you were on our side. You set me into a trap and I am very frustrated." So Martha is very confused and she goes to tell Tim and Shazza. Tim and Shazza are also very confused by this, but they understand that there is something going on in the heavenly places. There's something protecting Mailman Murray's family.
They think to themselves, maybe there is a God. Maybe there's something to this believing thing. Maybe when we see Mailman Murray not delivering the mail on a Saturday morning, maybe there's a reason he's doing that. Maybe when we see them close the blinds and they're praying and we can hear their prayer every time they have an issue, maybe there's something to this. And they realise they've made a big mistake here. So Tim and Shazza immediately run over to Mailman Murray's house and they knock on the door and they've got a present. They've got a fruit basket. Mailman Murray answers the door. "Oh, g'day Tim, how are ya? Shazza, how's it been? Oh, it's been a long time. What brings you guys over today?" They said, "Sorry Murray, we don't mean to trouble you like this. We won't come in. We don't want to take any more of your time, but we need to confess something. We have been horrible. We have been trying in every which way to hurt your family. We've been trying this, that, and the third. We've been going to your son's footy games and getting people to deliberately trip him over. We've been going to your daughter's dance practices and we've been getting people to put all sorts of slippery things on the floor for her. We just want to say we're sorry because we actually asked someone to bring a demon to your house and to curse your family, but the demon couldn't get through, and that's because you guys are a praying family. And we have realized that there is a God and that God protects you, and we want to say that we want to worship your God too." The moral of the story here is that Mailman Murray's family were a praying family, and they were protected in their town in Goonjurup, and that was because they trusted God, and God protects his children. Isn't that right, Hallie?
Yes, they were children of God, and God loves his children and blesses his children. And don't forget that you're his child too.
Cheerio from down under. Have a happy Sabbath.